I grew up in the Hawkeye State with the combine on every corner, like a labyrinth plate of gold God made from soil and air and water. You go to bed at 9 o'clock and you're up again at 4. Mama's cooking breakfast and Daddy's giving chores. Way back home where the
As soon as Harold would get the chores done, it wouldn't be unlike him to run in the house and say, "Hey, Med, load up the car and let's get the kids and go see the cousins." Family get-togethers were important, and not just for the holidays. Reunions were a tradition. In the early summer months, Harold and Mildred would take their family to Kansas to visit the Darnell family. In this picture from 1956, you can see Mildred's mom, Hester Darnell, and Mildred's sister, Margaret Christensen. And in September, the family would travel to Nebraska for a Hull reunion. Harold's parents, Elmer and Mary, were married in 1899. This picture here was taken in 1963, which would have been their 64th wedding anniversary. The black and white photo is Harold's grandmother, Sarah Hull, who was celebrating another birthday with some of her great-grandchildren. In the first row to the far right, the two little girls with the matching skirts and the little boy with a dirty white t-shirt would be Carol Ann, Lois, and Delbert. Harold and Mildred were blessed with 19 grandchildren, each just as special as the next. In these pictures from 1959, you see Harold and Mildred holding their first grandchild, Bruce Allen Hardy. The black and white photo shows Bruce Allen being held by his mother, Rosaline Hull Hardy, along with his grandpa, Harold Hull, and great-grandpa, Elmer Hull. Another birthday celebration for Sarah Hull, and the opportunity for a 5-generation picture. Harold stands proudly next to his son Larry, who holds his first child, Lenora. Seated is Harold's dad, Elmer Hull, and Elmer's mother, Sarah Hull. In 1983, 24 years after their first grandchild, Harold and Mildred are blessed with their first great-grandchild, Joseph Kimmin, pictured here with Joseph's mom, Yvette, and his grandma, Carol Ann. Grandma Hull had 5 siblings. In this rare and wonderful picture, she is seated with her mother, Hester, her sisters Dorothy and Margaret, her brothers Don and Darrell. The insert is a picture of her brother Delbert, who was killed in action at the age of 25 during World War II. Grandma Hull loved to sing. She claimed to sing at weddings and funerals as a young woman. I even remember one time in church, she was hitting a high note, mouth wide open, fly went right in and down her throat. Only time I didn't get in trouble for laughing in church. And I can't imagine how many times she sang this next song. You all know it, so sing along.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Please don't take my sunshine away.
Well, that was so much fun. Lois wants us to sing along to another song that Grandma sang all the time. I'm sure you know the words. Clear your throats and sing along.
Mersey dotes and dozy dotes, a little Lancey divey, a kiddly divey too, wouldn't you? Yes, Mersey dotes and dozy dotes, a little Lancey divey, a kiddly divey too, wouldn't you?
She used a pinch of this and a dash of that, with a cup of love, to make things from scratch. Grandpa Harold Hull had 5 siblings also. In this picture from 1959, they're celebrating their parents' 60th wedding anniversary. A special attendee is their grandmother Sarah, who only happens to be 94 in this picture. Seated left to right would be Harold's siblings: Doyle, Glenn, and Guy, his parents Elmer and Mary, brother Claude, his only sister Mary Ellen, and a very dashing and dapper 48-year-old Harold.
Grandpa, tell me about the good old days. Sometimes it feels like this world's gone crazy. Grandpa, take me back to yesterday, when the line between right and wrong didn't seem so hazy. Did lovers really fall in love to stay, stand beside each other, come what may? Is promise really something people can't, not just something they would say? Families really bow their heads to pray, daddies really never go away. Oh, oh, Grandpa, tell me about the good old days. don't know. And Grandpa, let's wander back into the past, then paint me the picture of long ago. Lovers really fall in love to stay, stand beside each other, come what may. Is promise really something people kept, not just something they would say and then forget? Families really bow their heads to pray, daddies really never go away. Oh, oh, Grandpa, tell me about the good old days. Families really bow their heads to pray, daddies really never go away.
Oh, we ain't got a barrel of money. Maybe we're ragged and funny, but we'll travel along, singing a song, side by side. Well, I don't know what's a-coming tomorrow. Maybe it's trouble and sorrow, but we'll travel the road, sharing our load, side by side. Oh, honey, through all kinds of weather, what if the sky should fall? Just as long as we're together, it doesn't matter at all. When they've had their quarrels and parted, we'll be the same as we started, just to traveling along, singing a song, side by side. Oh, honey, through all kinds of weather, what if the sky should fall? Just as long as we're together, it doesn't matter at all. Oh, when they've had their quarrels and parted, we'll be the same as we started, just to travel along, singing a song,
She always leaned to watch for us, anxious if we were late, in winter by the window, in summer by the gate. And though we mocked her tenderly, who had such foolish care, the long way home would seem more safe, because she waited there. Her thoughts were all so full of us, she never could forget. And so I think that where she is, she must be watching yet, waiting till we come home to her, anxious if we are late, watching from heaven's window, leaning on heaven's gate.
There is somebody I'm longing to see. I hope that she turns out to be someone who'll watch over me. I can remember when you fit in the palm of my hand, felt so good in it, no bigger than a minute. And how it amazes me, you're changing with every blink, faster than a flower blooms. They grow up all too soon. So let them be little, 'cause they're only that way for a while. Give them hope, give them praise, give them love every day. Let them cry, let them giggle, let them sleep in the middle. Oh, just let them be little. Let them be little.
Did you ever know that you're my hero? And everything I would like to be. I can fly higher than an eagle. You are the wind beneath my wings. Thank God for you, the wind beneath my wings.
I'm
Thank God that I'm from Iowa. Thank God that I was born.
That's all, folks.